Hello, hello, hello! Good day, everyone. I'm Shiro Tamaya, your resident Coyote fans of Thief, at your service. Do bear with me. Some of my settings I'm still adjusting, but I think I figured out how to make things work a little better. I actually got my settings to not be as terrible, and my CPU usage has gone down because I switched things. Because apparently I had some things routed to like my main software instead of my graphics card, and something I fixed it. I'm muted. What? It's okay. Thank you. Hello, Fresh. Hello, Stolf. Hello, TJ. Thank you so much for stopping by. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Please, shut up. But we are back with more UsoNatsu. The summer romance bloomed from a lie. Last time, I played a lot of the game because I couldn't stop playing. What happened? We had our study group. We made an agreement to go to Chinatown as the motivator to make Kaoru motivated to study. We went to Chinatown, got to see the girls in dresses, and they looked great. They looked fabulous. Then Kaoru had an emotional existential crisis and decided to go out to try to see Sensei at the art exhibition. Found Sensei with the teacher friend. They hung out for a while. Then, of course, Kaoru made the excuse to Shiori that she wanted to stay home instead of studying. Stay home and study instead of, She made an excuse, and that was a lie. And, of course, Shiori finds out, gets mad, but more is mad at herself. They have a conflict during exam week. We learn from Riku that Shiori's was abused by her father, possibly still being abused by her father. We make up, and things might be better. Also, Mire is still Mire. Girl is still that woman. She is a person, indeed, that exists, and that's all I can say about her. But yes, lots happened last time, so I'm very excited to continue and see where we go from here. Yes. I think we're still at 9. We haven't finished this chapter, I don't think. It still is going on. So, we'll see where this goes. But anyways, let's continue onward with our story. And I did get a new audio interface, so hopefully, my audio sounds maybe better-ish. I don't know if it does. 2... hopefully, we will never have a case of robotic audio ever again. Let me actually turn down my mic a little bit. Okay, that's better. But yeah, I got recommended this one by, my friends, Zeffy, and, I ended up asking for it for Christmas, and I got it for Christmas. Also, I hope everyone had a great Christmas. New Year's is around the corner, and God, that's something. Alrighty, but anyways, let's begin. Hello. Let's look back a little bit. I need to testimony, oh right, we were telling our testimony to Shiori about what happened And then we do that. What's that? Okay. And then Riku says,
たく、ごまかすの大変だったんだぞ。朝日先生が妙に物分かり良かったから助かったけど。ありがとね、リク。
保健室行ってたことにしてくれたんだよね。ファインプレー。
まあ、こうして一緒にご飯食べれてんならいいけどよ。仲直りしたんだよな。
Yes, we were able to make things make up. What a flex to call Zeffy a friend at casually talented and great person. I've known Zeffy for a while. And she is a fantastic person. Extremely talented. Please go check her out. She's awesome. But yeah, no, I was asking friends for audio recommendations, and this was one of them. And when I did a look through, I was like, I think I like this one the most. But yeah. No, it's very nice. It's the SSL MK2. It's solid state logic. Very nice. Budget friendly too, so yay.
元から喧嘩してないよ。ですよね、橘さん。
Well, I guess so, Shiori.
喧嘩はしてないね。確かに。
True. I guess it wasn't really fighting. It was just miscommunication.
なんでもいいや、もう。なんか疲れたし、ドーナツ補充しよう。で、試験結果はどうだった？
Oh yeah. After getting our Japanese history and English exam papers back, we spent the first half of the day going over the correct answers. Now, during lunch break, the three of us are eating outside in the courtyard. Our teacher has probably finished grading our math exams by now, so we'll get those back in the afternoon.
完璧。
おお。
Hey.
平均点以下は一個もないよ。今のとこ。
はい。
二人は？
私は前回よりもかなりいいぜ。
Hey, everyone did well. Hell yeah.
私も前回より点数が高いと思います。あとは順位が出てみないと結果はわかりませんね。
順位は週末にならないとわかんないもんね。どっちにしろ最終結果はその時のお楽しみだね。
しおりとは勝負になんねえけど、カオルには負けてらんねえからな。
何その後ろ向きに前向きな考え方。
どっちを向いているんでしょうか、それ。
The three of us spend the rest of our lunch break engaged in idle conversation. It's kind of a relief, and yet I can't help but feel as if something's wrong. A small seed of doubt at the very back of my mind. Kaoru, you can't jinx it like that. Oh god. Still.
ありがとな、カオル。
Ah.
何を話したのかわかんなくて、もやもやするとこはあるけどさ。しおりがまたああして笑ってるのを見れるのは、カオルのおかげだよな。
Aw, Riku. Riku's a real one.
私のおかげだね。
Kaoru.
自分で言うもんじゃねえんじゃねえか、それ。でも負けてらんねえな、私もさ。
Riku whispers to me after Shiori steps away from her desk. While I am relieved, it made me realize something. Our relationship is starting to change and there's no turning back now. Yeah, things are gonna be happening. Oh boy. Kaoru's room, 710, 1128.
落ち着く。
I'm lying in bed after finishing my evening routine. The time when we get our exams back is always fraught with anxiety, and on top of that, the events of this morning already used up all my energy for today.
二人だけの時間が心地よくって。
Aww.
だからもう少しだけこのままで。
Yeah.
うん。いや、一緒にもうちょっと。
I'm glad we didn't end up getting in trouble for skipping homeroom. I checked with my parents, but the school didn't contact them today. I guess now that I'm a high school student, it's not like the nurse would ring them up even if I spent homeroom in her office. I'm surprised that Shiori took the risk of the school contacting her father, especially knowing what I know now. Even if he's not physically abusing her anymore, he'd definitely be mad. There's no doubt about it, Shiori has changed a lot. I knew as much the moment we finally got to talk.
謝るとかじゃなかったな。そうじゃなくて、もっとしおりと深くいろんなことを話したな。
About the truth surrounding the death of Shiori's older brother, right? We learned the whole thing about him and his girlfriend trying to do like a double suicide thing. The cyclone of unfamiliar emotions Shiori is currently dealing with. Meanwhile, my own feelings for Shiori have grown to a point where I can no longer ignore them.
お母さんと同じなのかな。二人同時に好きになっちゃうなんて。でも、もう止まらないよ。この気持ち。
But that's exactly why.
自分の気持ちから逃げちゃダメだよね。向き合いたくないこととも向き合って、私がどうしたいかを決めなきゃ。
And hello, Shiroi Fuboki! Thank you so much for stopping by. Welcome, welcome. こんにちは。ようこそ配信で。I even managed to finally fill out that stupid survey that I'd put off all this time. If I can do that, I can do anything. So even when it comes to love, I'm sure I'll find my own answer. The words I'd told Shiori with such conviction come back to me like a boomerang. With that thought in mind, I slowly drift off to sleep. Cleared chapter 9.
傷跡。
Oh god. Scars. Oh no. That title is concerning.
あ、かおちゃん、おはよう。
Oh yeah, we also had Kaoru made up with her, or had a good discussion with her father as well about the whole situation with her family matters. Surely scars, they mean just figurative ones from the past, right? Please. Oh god.
おはよう。朝ごはんできてるから食べていいよ。
え、本当？嬉しい。かおちゃん、今朝はご機嫌だね。
They're gonna play. What the hell?
別にそんなんじゃないし。二人の分も作った方が効率いいだけ。先食べてるから。
I woke up refreshed thanks to a pretty good sleep the night before. When was the last time I made breakfast for the whole family? It's just a regular weekday morning, neither a weekend nor a public holiday. But in my heart, it feels like the start of something new.
だって今日からは先生に向けた気持ちとしおりに向けた気持ち、二つの恋心に向き合わないといけないんだから。
I make a resolution to myself as I sip the miso soup I've prepared. My mom sits down at the table after washing her face, and my dad wakes up shortly after that. Eating breakfast together as a family is such an ordinary start to the day that I'd almost forgotten how precious something like this can be. Classroom, 7:51 a.m.
おはよう。
おはようございます。うっす。
Ohio. When I arrive at school, I find Riku drinking water after her morning practice session, and Shiori sitting at her desk with her study materials spread out in front of her. Riku calls out perfect timing to me as I dump my stuff next to my desk before joining them.
どうしたの？
Oh?
今さ、思い出の地巡りをどうするかって話をしてたんだ。期末もあったからさ、結構止まってただろ。
Ah, right.
東京に行ったのが先月の18日だから、ほぼ1ヶ月だよね。
そっか、もうそんなに経つんだね。いろいろあったからあっという間だったけど。
はい。思い出を振り返る機会はこれまでもあって、気づいたこともたくさんありましたけど、実際に現地へ行って自分と向き合って自分の気持ちを確かめたいんです。
The cooking class where we revived the taste from Shiori's memories, the sleepover where we talked about my past, the rooftop where I heard about Shiori's brother's death, and a bunch of smaller moments mixed in between those. Money is only part of the reason why we haven't been able to continue Shiori's memory tour until now. She said she'd wanted to go on a trip outside of Tokyo, so we've been waiting for us all to have enough free time.
きっと次が最後の場所になります。
Ah.
私が一番向き合わないといけない思い出の場所。
Hearing her say the word last sends a shiver down my spine. Shiori's voice rings out, firm and typo. Firm and clear. Firm and clear, cutting through the animated chatter that fills the classroom.
という前置きはしましたけれど、新しい思い出を作るのも大事とも思っています。なので難しいことは考えず、楽しく一泊二日の鎌倉旅行をしましょう。
Oh, Kamakura.
そっか、鎌倉。
鎌倉か、いいな。で、いつ行くんだ？で、終業式までもうそんな時間ねえもんな。だから来週の日曜日と月曜日に行きたいんだけど、お父さんも仕事の出張がかぶってるし、どうかな？
私はオッケー。ってあれ、月曜日？
ありがとうございます、立花さん。月曜日は海の日なので祝日ですよ。夏期講習前でたまたま塾もお休みなんです。
Ah.
私も何としても挑戦するから絶対行く。しおりにとって大事な場所なんだろう。だったら絶対。ありがとうリク。私旅行の計画立てたことないから手伝ってもらってもいい？
Oh, Riku.
もちろん。秒単位で完璧なスケジュールを立ててみせるぜ。よろしくね。
じゃあ電波時計を用意しておかないとね。
The bell rings, warning us that we have 5 minutes before class starts, and we all take our seats.
きっと何かが変わる。変わらない時のことは今は考えないようにします。
Something's certainly going to change, but what it will be, who friggin' knows? Ah, got it. Hearing Shiori's murmured words, I can't help but smile. Aww. There will be change. Hopefully it's good change. 12:47 p.m. With the next stop on our memory tour decided, and some pretty good grades on the exams I've got back so far, I spend the rest of the day in a pleasant mood. In fact, right now I'm practically walking on air, which only makes the shock greater when I see something that makes me fall back down to earth.
しおり、それ。
Oh no. Oh god, no. Fuck. God. We're in the middle of changing for 5th period gym class when I catch sight of something wrapped around Shiori's arm. Oh Hold on, let me see if I can. Nope, that's okay. There. I normally try not to stare at people in the changing room, but once I notice, I can't stop stealing glances at it. Riku has already headed out to the sports field, and the other girls are engrossed in their own conversation, so I'm probably the only person who's noticed.
暴力。しおりは暴力を振るわれていたんだね。
When I realize the thing wrapped around her arm is a bandage, alarm bells begin going off in my head. Shiori was apparently beaten by her father all throughout middle school, and most likely before then as well. We can't prove anything, but based on what Riku told me, it's almost certainly true. Does this mean that now my heart starts beating faster at the idea of it, but I know I have to stay calm right now, so I do what I can to stop my racing thoughts.
どうしたの？その傷。
これ気になりますよね。ちょっと転んでしまって、その時に下に尖ったものがあって切ってしまったんです。
I know that's not the truth, but
尖ったものって？
洗い終わったナイフが落ちちゃってたんです。
oh gee, okay, that's one hell of an
う
excuse.
わ、痛そう。大丈夫だった？
はい、見た目に比べて大したことはないんです。絆創膏だと動いたりお風呂に入ったりすると取れてしまうのでちょっと大げさでしたかね。
うん、全然。ちょっと包帯の下見せてもらってもいい？
嫌ですよ。恥ずかしいですし。
うん、そうだよね。ほんと、お大事に。
ありがとうございます。
With that, I finish getting changed and then head out onto the sports field with Shiori. I can't say there's exactly anything off about Shiori's response. When I asked what happened, she answered my question straightforwardly. It didn't seem like she was making anything up or holding back on me. She laughed in her usual way and said I was making a big deal out of nothing. And yet, just in case, I feel like I should still mention it to Riku later. Yeah, we need to talk to her. God. What?
しおりって運動神経がいいわけじゃないんだね。
まあ確かにソフトテニスはやってたからできるってだけだもんな。教えられればできるってことなんだろうな。
容量はいいけど運動神経は悪いって珍しいタイプかも。
We're playing soccer in the gym. We're playing soccer in gym class today. Shiori was supposed to be practicing how to juggle the ball, but at some point that turned into dribbling, and now she's chasing all. That turned into dribbling, and now she's chasing all over the playing field. The ball somehow seems to be moving far more freely than Shiori.
今悪口言っていませんでしたか？
客観的な意見かな。
ひどいです。ちょっと休んできますね。今日は暑いですから2人も無理しちゃダメですよ。
Perhaps lacking the energy to argue, she trudges over to the side of the playing field without saying anything more.
今日も暑いよな。体育が全部プールだったらいいのにな。
わかる。夏の体育は滅べばいい。
せめて体育館にしてくれれば。いや、風通し悪いから暑いのは変わんねえ。湿気もすげえしさ。
That sounds rough.
ね、さ。
Oh, right. As we kick the ball between us, practicing passing, I decide to tell Riku about the conversation I had with Shiori in the changing room before class.
なんだ？
しおりの話。今日、しおりが腕を怪我してた。
Rattled by my words, Riku kicks the ball hard enough to send it flying. It soars off at an angle, and I just barely manage to catch up to it and kick it back.
腕に包帯巻いてた。転んだ時、下にナイフがあって怪我しただけって言ってたし、嘘って感じでもなかった。
ナイフ普通に痛そうだけど、暴力じゃないならその意味では。
この前リクから聞いてたから伝えておこうかなって。
サンキューな。しおりに聞いて変に追い詰めんのも嫌だし、私も一応近くに住んでる友達に聞いてみる。よろしく。
I know I'm just going off a hunch, so I'm glad I had the chance to talk to Riku before doing anything. She's right. If we're not careful, we'll only manage to dig up painful memories for Shiori. Facing her past is one thing, but I think needlessly reopening old wounds is another matter entirely.
で、もう一個。
なんだ？
この前の話の続きあるから、放課後ちょっと話せる？
わかった。部活の後でいいか？
オッケー。
As if to mark the end of our chat, I kick the ball as hard as possible. Riku stops it effortlessly before kicking it back. At the same moment, Shiori comes back from her break.
今の返すなんてすごいね、リク。あんくらい余裕だって。
リクは全体的に運動神経いいんだね。
じゃあ私も。
Oh. Shiori pushes past both of us before proceeding to kick the ball into the wild blue yonder. The ball flies off faster than human legs can possibly follow, so I've got no hope of intercepting it. As Shiori looks away in embarrassment, I dutifully trudge after the ball in order to get it back. Precious girl. Yokohama Chinatown. Ooh. So we're meeting here. I'm reading a book at a cafe as I wait for Riku to finish with her swim practice. It's a novel about a family, which is unusual for me. I have no trouble reading long lines of text when it comes to video games or social media, but it seems to take forever when presented to me in book form. I'm about halfway finished when my meeting time with Riku arrives.
お待たせ。
今来たとこ。
さすがに無理あんだろ。外が過ごしやすいし、前みたいに適当に買ってその辺で話すか？
そうしよっか。お腹空いてる？
めっちゃ空いてる。今日も泳いだかな。
Following her swim practice, Riku seems even more energetic than usual. I was expecting her to be exhausted after going all out both in gym class and during practice, but I guess she's all hyped up from the rush of adrenaline. Chinatown is bustling with activity, but it's still less crowded than on weekends, and we have no trouble finding a restaurant with space for us to sit down. Both of us have dinner waiting for us later on at home, so Riku only ends up getting a pork bun and 2 pieces of fried chicken, and I content myself with a cup of oolong milk tea. Ooh.
部活後の買い食いはたまんね
え。わかるわかる。
カオルって部活やってたっけか？
ノーコメント。
いや、やってねえだけだろ。まあともかく部活後じゃなくても買い食いすると3割増して美味しく感じるよな。
You're not wrong about that.
わかるわかる。
As an aside, students are prohibited from going out and buying food on their own, though I can't even remember the last time that rule was enforced. On top of that, teachers don't come to Chinatown very often, so the risk of being spotted and warned is close to zero.
で、本当におごりでよかったのか？これ。
この前のお礼。 リクと話さなかったら私の言葉はしおりに届かなかったと思うし。思うじゃないね。絶対だ。
そっか。ならありがたくいただいとく。
で、貸し借りなしってことね。
はあ、そういうことか。なら余計にありがたくいただいとく。
The reason we're both able to understand this veiled exchange is that we both have our sights set on the same thing. It feels like about time to get down to business, but I've already shared the one thing I really wanted to tell her. Still, there's something more I have to put into words.
この前、私はリクの心配してることは起こらないって言ったのが嘘になったかもしれないって言ったの覚えてる？
忘れるわけねえだろ。
あれも嘘になった。かもしれないじゃなくなった。
まあ、そういうことだよな。
私、しおりのこと好きになった。
下月先生のことは
まだ好き。
そういうことだよな。本当だったら怒るのが正しいのかもしんねえけど、予想通りすぎて怒る気にもなんねえや。
リク。
カオルのことだんだん分かってきたからな。分かってきたからこそ友達としてならカオルのことは好きだ。
Aww, Riku. After that, she immediately silenced herself by stuffing a pork butt in her mouth. And since I have no idea how to respond, I also remain silent.
二人同時に好きなのも別にいいんじゃねえか。付き合ってるわけでも結婚してるわけでもねえんだし、相手がしおりってことを抜きにすればだけど、でもさ、一個言える。私だってしおりが好きだ。何聞いたって揺るがねえよ。カオルが中途半端な、いや、二人を好きだからって中途半端ってわけじゃねえのかもしれないけど、今のカオルに負けたくない。負けらんねえ。ったく、なんでこうなっちまうかな。まあ、相手がしおりなんだから好きにならない方が変ってことにしとくか。
I suppose.
ありがとう。
お礼言われることなんてなんもねえだろ。だいたいカオルの言葉は宣戦布告みたいなもんだろ。
True.
確かにそうだね。
まあ、何があってもさ。
Her gaze shifts upwards, as if lost in thought for a moment, before returning her attention back on me.
私たちは友達でいいよな。
Oh, Riku, Riku is such a good character, and she's such a,
そうだね。私もリクと友達でいたい。
Riku finishes eating her food before I finish drinking my milk tea. Oh, this is a good conversation to have, honestly. We walk in the direction of the station while chatting about nothing in particular. We love when the drama doesn't pile up more needlessly than it already does. Yeah, Riku's great, but she's still gonna sit in the chair. Oh God. Eventually, the two of us return to our respective homes. Now loading. 6:45 a.m.
なんか最近中華が多い気がするな。
True.
この肉まんもかおちゃんがお土産で買ってきてくれたんだよ。
友情の証。
美味しいからいいかな。
The frozen pork buns I brought back from my trip to Chinatown yesterday are quickly being devoured for breakfast. My dad's right though. I have been going to Chinatown a lot lately. And thinking about it, eating breakfast together as a family has become a normal occurrence lately as well. Well, as long as he wakes up on time to join us at least. Yokohama Station, 3:12 p.m. Today ends up being just another uneventful Wednesday. I went to school in the morning, greeting both Shiori and Riku, then we ate lunch together in the middle of the day, and now I'm walking home from school with Shiori. After the candid conversation I had with Riku the day before, I feel a little bad about spending some time alone with Shiori, but considering Riku and Shiori usually spend time together before school, I guess it sort of evens out. Besides, it'd be weird if I were to suddenly turn down Shiori's invitation to walk home together at this point, and Riku and I did basically agree not to hold back for each other's sake.
どうしたんですか？
いや、なんでもないよ。なんでも。
変な立花さんです。私の話聞いてましたか？
Poly ending. I don't think there's gonna be a poly ending. We can cope though.
みなとみらいの再々開発に関してだっけ？
聞いてなかったなら聞いてなかったって言ってください。
Sorry. Easier said than done. There's no way I'm going to be able to get anywhere if I don't make my feelings for her clear. Even Shiori has yet to labor her own mysterious feelings. I stayed vague on purpose when talking to her the other day in order to postpone the inevitable, but it's true that she does have to figure out her own feelings for herself. Otherwise, if I tell her how I feel first, there's no doubt that I'll end up influencing her, like a baby chick imprinting on the first living creature it sees.
鎌倉の話です。リクといろいろ相談しているんですけど、立花さんの行きたいところはありますか？
ううん。私はどこでも。
それが一番困る。リクも言っていました。
だよね。でも、しおりの方で行きたいところが決まってるんじゃないの？はい。
それはもちろんあるんですけれど。
She brings her face close to mine before continuing.
友達と旅行なんて初めてなので、せっかくならたくさん考えていきたいんです。
Aww. Got it. I still feel somewhat awkward around Shiori. Probably because I'm fully aware at this point of my crush on her.
もう、だから話聞いてますか？
聞いてるって。あんま詳しくないから調べておくね。とりあえずお寺とか大仏とかには興味ない。
一番の定番だと思うんですけど、そこは行きますからね。
We're going anyways. Fuck your opinions. Shiori looks a little annoyed. She's so cute with her cheeks all puffed out like that, I think to myself as I get on the train. She does have a very cute pouty face. School hallway, 12:26 p.m. It's now lunch break on Thursday. Our plans for Kamakura are steadily coming together, and I've already told my parents about the upcoming trip. From the way Shiori talks about it, I have a feeling she'd prefer to keep it a secret from her father. That's going to make it tricky to book accommodation since we're underage, but I can let Shiori and Riku figure that part out. I honestly feel like this might be a bad idea, but it's important to Shiori, so we'll just have to deal with whatever problems arise. Besides...
暴力。しおりは暴力を振るわれていたんだね。
Knowing how strict Shiori's father is, I doubt he'd let her go if she brought it up ahead of time. And it'll probably end up being a huge problem if he finds out, which is probably why Shiori kept her memory to her a secret from the very beginning.
これ気になりますよね。ちょっと転んでしまって、その時に下に尖ったものがあって、 切ってしまったんです。
More importantly, I want to be sure the abuse she was suffering has stopped. We have gym class again, so I decide to sneak a peek at Shiori to check for any more injuries.
この場合変態行為には入らないよね。
立花さん、何を言ってるの？
Shit, Kyle. I was mumbling out loud to myself in what I assumed was an empty hallway, and Miss Asahi overheard me. Shit. Our afternoon homeroom class has long since ended, but maybe the next class over has modern literature for 5th period.
立花さんに一つ教えておくけど、相談に乗ってもらった人に対してはその件の顛末を話すようにした方がいいよ。私は別に気にしないんだけど、その後の報告をしないと失礼だって感じる人もいるからね。
I've noticed that people who make a point of saying they don't care tend to be the same people who actually care the most. To be fair though, her advice ended up being incredibly helpful regarding both Sensei and Shiori.
ごめんなさい。
立花さんって謝れるんだね。
Bruh.
朝日先生まで言うのそれ。
冗談よ。ミレイと話したっていうのはこの前飲んだ時にちょっと聞いた。
そんな頻繁に飲むんだ。
そっちは校内で話すことじゃないにしても、またみなぎさんたちと仲良くしてるみたいで、よかった。頼りがないのは元気な証拠とはならないのが高校生活。何でも話してほしいものなの。少なくとも私はね。
わかった。ごめんなさい。
今のは何の謝罪なの？
また近いうちに心配させちゃうかもしれないから、先に謝ったく。
A puzzled look immediately crosses Miss Asahi's face. She taps the attendance log she's holding against her thigh before breathing a small sigh of exasperation.
難しいのね、高校生って。まあ、言った通り、困ったら何でも頼ってね。それと、みなぎさんの進路調査票のこともよろしく。じゃ。
She proceeds to walk off down the hall without waiting for a response. The comment about Shiori's post-graduation survey came almost as an afterthought, and she didn't seem in a hurry this time to get it done. I'm not exactly sure whether she matches my idea of what a teacher should be, but at the very least, this brief interaction reminds me once again that Miss Asahi is also an adult. (2:40 p.m.)
朝日先生とも仲いいですよね、立花さん。
Are you upset about this? When I return to the classroom, Shiori shoots me an indescribably suspicious glance. Since I told her about spending time with Sensei and Miss Asahi the other day, she probably assumes whatever I was talking about with Miss Asahi involved Sensei.
別に普通の話してただけだよ。
はいはい、そうですか。
Bruh. Ever since that day, Shiori's been playing the part of the perfect student less and less. Her true self, or rather her true emotions, rise to the surface far more readily, even when there are other students around, or at the very least whenever I am.
おい、体育遅れるぞ。
Yuri time. It is indeed Yuri time, Azul. Thank you so much for stopping by. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well.
本当だ。急がないと。
Hearing Riku's exasperation, Shiori begins throwing on her tracksuit. I change into my gym clothes while keeping an eye on Shiori. I'm a little embarrassed doing so, but I have to know for sure. Damn it.
二人ともそんなに見たら落ち着いて着替えられないです。ごめん。
確かに。
納得してないで、立花さんも早く着替えてください。
It looks like Riku had the same idea as me. Based on I saw of her body and her attitude in general. I doubt she has any new injuries. That makes me feel a little better. I quickly changed into my gym clothes before heading out to the sports field. Even after class starts, it feels like Shiori is in a bad mood. Ah. Interesting. 2:56 p.m.
あのさ、カオル、ちょっといいか?
Ah. Riku stops me before heading off to her after-school swim practice. Her tone is hushed enough that I immediately know what she wants to say.
しおりのことだよね。
She glances around to make sure we're alone before nodding. I had a very quick chat with Riku the day before yesterday during gym class, regarding the injury I noticed on Shiori's arm.
しおりんちの近くに住んでる中学の同級生の話したよな。そいつに最近おかしなこととかないか聞いてみたんだけど、特に変わったことはないってさ。前って言ってももう5年くらいになるんだけど、外からしおりのお父さんが怒鳴る声が聞こえてきたこともあったって言うからさ。
5 years ago.
そっか。聞いてくれてありがとね。じゃあ心配のしすぎなのかな。
ああ、今回はそう思う。何よりしおりの雰囲気も前とは違うしさ。
Maybe it is nothing this time, but
それはリクにしかわからないもんね。
She's known Shiori since middle school, back before she'd fully refined her honor student act. Back when she still felt comfortable confiding in Riku about the pain and suffering she experienced in her life. Well, aside from the abuse from her father.
もうしおりのお父さんからの暴力が起きないって信じたいけど、万が一の時、あの時みたいな失敗はもうしたくないんだ。
Happy Kwanzaa, happy holidays, happy everything. I say as we are discussing an extremely heavy topic.
当事者でもない私が感情的になって騒ぎを大きくしちゃって、しおりの壁を分厚くもして解決から遠のくなんてことはさ。
リクが事前に話してくれてなかったら私も感情的になってたかも。
どうだろうな。カオルって私より冷静っていうか、一歩引いてものを見てる感じするしさ。
そんなことないよ。ほんとさ。
そんなことねえと思うけど、まあいいや。私部活行くからさ。じゃまた明日な。
Riku waves goodbye as she heads off, and I begin my own trek back home. Or at least, I'm about to until I hear a familiar voice call my name from behind me.
立花さん、待ってください。私も帰ります。
行こっか。
And thus I find myself walking home with Shiori again, just the two of us. The more I get to experience days like this, the bigger my feelings seem to grow, and at the same time...
だからさ、まず己を知りなさいな。立花の中で何かが変わってきてるのはきっと自覚あるはず。私のことが気になるのはまあ仕方ないけど、まずは自分。立ち止まってみて、自分が目を背けてきたものと向き合ってもいいんじゃないかな。私が嘘つきかどうかを知ってどうしたいか、その答えを立花が持てるようにさ。
The more I'm reminded of how shamefully in love I am. Lesson 3 about these kind of things. Even when you think it's over and they stop, no, they haven't. Yeah. Situations like this is just... Oh, it's so... Oh god. Protect her. Protect that smile, god.
今日で全部の教科のテストが返ってきたもんね。
Hey, we got our exams back. How did
こ
we
れで
do?
ようやく期末試験が終わったって感じ。
Jesus, that felt a lot louder than the other two. It's Saturday. The three of us are eating lunch together. As we just said, it's also the day when our final grades have been
ち
posted.
なみに私は全科目平均点以上を達成。
Hey.
おめでとうございます。すげえじゃねえか。
やればできる。でも二人のおかげだよ。
Aw. We set a goal together with a prize and everything, and I promised Shiori that I wouldn't lie to her. After going so far to set expectations, there was absolutely no way I was about to let anyone down. And while I'm relieved I was able to keep up my side of the bargain,
順位と学内偏差値は集計中ですから、終業式にならないとわかりませんけれど。
いいのいいの。そんなの気にしてるの一部だけだし。
私がその一部です。まあでも大体の科目でクラスの平均点と最高点と最低点は伝えられてるし、順位は想像つくけどな。
しおりはどう？全科目最高点？
立花さんって嫌味が得意ですよね。
her answer, while flippant, isn't a flat-out denial of my claim. With her scores, it goes without saying she's the #1 student in our grade overall. But
ってことは現代文はもしかして。
うん。私が優勝。同率1位の可能性もあったけど、そうじゃないみたい。
薫は現代文得意って言ってたけど、ここまでとは。
hey, modern lit, hell yeah.
覚醒しました。
覚醒しました。Kaoru Chadoru, how she managed to do well despite everything is crazy in a great way. Yeah. Dude, if I was having an existential emotional crisis while having final exams, I don't think I'd be able to do that. My ass would be dead.
次は負けませんからね。
かかってこい。
現代文は分かったけど、平均点はどうだ？
At Riku's request, I calculate my overall average based on the exams I got back. Riku stares at me the whole time.
87点。
Hey, not bad.
はあ？おい、計算ミスじゃねえか？検算してみましたけど、間違いではないようですよ。おいおいおい、マジかよ、マジかよ。平均点以上を目指してんだから、平均ちょい上くらいじゃねえのかよ。
God, I'm not even gonna say that out loud. I don't want to hear it. Even I'm surprised by how well I did. I won't know for sure until I get my report card at the end of the school year, but 75 tends to be the average score for our class. An 87 should put me firmly in the top group, though if I'm at the top, Shiori must be up in the stratosphere.
で、リークはどうなの？
私は88点。
な、
I cry out in shock. My face flushes red with heat. Based on Riku's reaction, I was sure I'd beaten her overall scores.
中間の時の点数を聞いてたから、もっとぶっちぎれると思ったんだけどな。
リークもなかなか意地悪だね。
何はともあれ、みんなで成績アップできてよかったですね。
そっか。しおりも中間の時よりいい結果だったんだね。
はい。これならお父さんも喜んでくれると思います。せっかくだから今日はお父さんの好きなものを作ろうと思います。
そっか。
Seeing Shiori with such a carefree smile on her face makes me feel slightly guilty for worrying as much as I had about her relationship with her father. No, you should worry. If she can talk about her father while smiling like that, then clearly there's nothing for me to be concerned about. No. No. That's false. That is very false. I will say this: if you are a person who wants to hide something like desperately, you become very good at lying. Like that is just maybe like even if you're a bad liar, you can try to lie pretty well. Extremely loud incorrect buzzer. Yeah.
では明日またよろしくお願いします。
See you tomorrow.
ああ、9時に横浜駅だったよな。顧問の都合で部活休みになってたからちょうどよかった。
楽しみだね。
And with that, Riku heads to practice while Shiori and I head home. We end up going straight back without any stops along the way, since we need to start getting ready for our trip tomorrow. Oh boy. Trip time. Let's see. Oh, living room. Saturday, 8:23 p.m.
ごちそうさまでした。美味しかったよ。じゃあもう寝る準備するから。
After finishing the eggplant and bacon arrabbiata that my mom made for dinner, I clear away my plate and utensils. What is that? I actually don't know what that is. Hold on. Arrabbiata. Oh, that looks delicious. It's a pasta dish. My dad, who's still eating his dinner along with a glass of beer, speaks up surprised.
今日は早いんだな。
だってかおちゃん明日から旅行だよ。
ああ、鎌倉って言ってたっけ。誰と行くんだ？
うちに泊まりに来た2人だよ。しおりとりく。
ああ、そっかそっか。近いし送っていこうか。
電車で行くのが楽しいの。
そうだよ。せっかくお友達と旅行なんだから余計なことしちゃダメ。かおちゃん、お友達と初めての旅行なんだからね。
お母さんも余計なこと言わないで。
しかし、ずいぶん渋いとこ行くよな。いや、いいとこだと思うけど。
いいでしょ別に。私たちにとっては新鮮なの。若いから。
My dad takes another sip of his beer, looking sheepish. While the trip from Yokohama to Kamakura Station is only about half an hour, I've never stayed anywhere overnight with my friends before. Kamakura may be a quiet, old-fashioned place, but it's not hard for me to imagine Shiori visiting there with her family.
じゃあお風呂入ってそのまま寝るから。おやすみ。
楽しんできてね。
気をつけて行くんだぞ。
I say goodnight to my parents before heading to the bathroom. (9:56 p.m.) It feels like forever since the last time I was in bed with the lights out before 10 p.m. We're meeting tomorrow at 9 a.m., which is later than we usually go to school in the mornings, but I want to make sure I'm ready for the full day of activities ahead of us. My gaze comes to rest on a box that sits at the corner of my room. It's the pair of sneakers Sensei bought for me. I never bothered to take them out.
いつ履こっかな。
If I'm going to wear them, should it be when I go to see Sensei again? I suddenly remember what Miss Asahi said to me earlier in the week.
立花さんに一つ教えておくけど、相談に乗ってもらった人に対してはその件の顛末を話すようにした方がいいよ。私は別に気にしないんだけど、その後の報告をしないと失礼だって感じる人もいるからね。
And a part of me wonders if the conversation I had with Sensei could be seen as me asking for advice. I'd initially gone to her house wanting nothing more than to find out if Sensei had lied to me or not. But thinking about it, wasn't I sort of asking her for life advice in a way?
だからさ、まず己を知りなさいな。立花の中で何かが変わってきてるのはきっと自覚あるはず。私のことが気になるのはまあ仕方ないけど、 まずは自分。立ち止まってみて、自分が目を背けてきたものと向き合ってもいいんじゃないかな。私が嘘つきかどうかを知ってどうしたいか、その答えを立花が持てるようにさ。
But as Sensei pointed out, I still have no idea what I'll do with her answer if I get it. That's a somewhat roundabout way of saying it, but in short.
先生に恋人ができたっていうのが嘘だったら、私はもう一度告白するのかってことだよね。まだどっちつかずなままだよ、私。
There's the real core of the issue. My heart still has no idea what it wants. In fact, my feelings only seem to get more confused with each passing day. I'm in love with both Shiori and Sensei, and I have no idea how to define the feelings I hold for them.
なあなあのままだけど、でもしおりが答えを出すときには
I'm going to have to figure out what to do about my own love life, once and for all. Putting things off for as long as possible has become a specialty of mine, thanks to following Sensei's example, but at least I was able to fill out my post-graduation survey. So I figure one way or another, it'll all work out.
ああ、まだ朝日先生に進路調査票出してないや。
The deadline is before parent-teacher conferences on the last day of the school year, so I should probably turn that in sooner rather than later. And yet, as trivial as the act of handing over that piece of paper may be, I still want to do it together with Shiori. Aww. Cleared chapter 10.
I will.
English? Okay. I will. Huh. Interesting. I'm somehow the first in the group to arrive at our arranged meeting spot. The two of them handing over their government documents to apply for marriage. Oh, God. It's just reminding me of, like, the meme where it's like, let's fill out marriage documents together. Let's fill out our surveys together. I know what I'm thinking about. I don't remember what the original looks like. Or maybe it's just something my friends came up with. Who knows? I'm just thinking things now. Anyways, I'm somehow the first in our group to arrive at our arranged meeting spot. It's pretty crowded, partly due to the long weekend. I lose myself in thought and wait for my friends to arrive while listening to the footsteps of people walking past. We're definitely going to have a fun time, but having fun isn't the only reason for this trip. Shiori said that Kamakura was a special place for her family. She's going not just to revisit a place that holds a lot of memories, but also to potentially change something about herself.
どうやったら自分の気持ちがわかるんだろう。いい加減自分がどうしたいか決めなくちゃいけないのに。だからせめて思い出の地巡りを終える頃には、しおりもこの2日間で答えを見つけるはずだから。
Shorings will say they were roommates. Oh my god, they were roommates, and they were roommates. I've ended up falling in love with both Shimotsuki Mire and Minagi Shiori at the same time. And while I feel like the scum of the earth, there's no point lying to myself about my own feelings. I've gotten to the point of being able to admit it, at least, but I still can't move beyond that.
おっす。あれ、私が2番目か？
Oh, I think this is a new shirt for Donuts Daisuke. Of course. Of course you have a Donuts Daisuke shirt. I love that for you, Riku. Also, very nice necklace and a nice bag too. Very nice. Just as I'm about to start falling into a mental spiral, Riku arrives at the meeting spot. Her timely arrival takes me away from my thoughts and worries, making me feel a little better.
いいね、リクの服。ドーナツ書いてあるじゃん。
そう、いいだろうこれ。ドーナツの形って芸術的だから何でもできるんだよな。
I mean, It's a circle, I suppose. Riku truly is a soft-hearted soul. Even though she's loved Shiori for far longer than I have, she continues to be my friend despite knowing that my heart is torn between Sensei and Shiori. Shiori is striving to leave her memories in the past. Once she's freed once she's freed herself of her brother's ghost, I know she'll be able to resolve her own feelings. But even in the face of that, I can't figure out my own dilemma. No, I was not thinking of a line that me and my friends had so many little bits that we had, and I think it's just blending into my brain now. Which only makes me feel even more guilty.
お待たせしました。
Oh, she's so cute. I love the purple on her. Very nice. Shiori arrives just in time to once again break me out of my own head. With all of us here, I tap my fingers against my temples to suppress my anxious thoughts.
思ったより人がたくさんいて、ちょっと流されちゃいました。人並みにって言葉通りだな。あれ？
今日の服新しい？
昨日は帰った後、父が出張の準備で買い物に出かけるのについて行ったんです。成績が上がったのを褒めてくれて、お洋服を買ってくれたんですよ。早速着てきちゃいました。
Oh. Shiori is wearing a pale bluish purple dress. Her hair is curled and tied back in a ponytail, a style I've never seen her wear before.
変ですかね。
No, you look great.
逆だよ逆。すげえ似合ってる。
どうかお嬢様っぽくて可愛い。
I find myself making eye contact with Riku. Like we thought yesterday, it really does seem like there's nothing we need to worry about. I hadn't been able to shake the unease I felt whenever Shiori talked about herself or her father, but I can finally breathe a sigh of relief. From the look on Riku's face, it's clear she feels the same way.
ただ、今日のことは内緒なんですけど、でも旅館はちゃんと予約できましたよ。ね、リク。ああ、なんかのキャンペーンとかポイントとかのおかげで結構いいとこだけど、安く取れたんだ。
Nice.
さすが最強だね。
だろ？私、こんな言葉選びの立花さんより現代文の点数低いんですよね。
Damn. I don't quite understand what's wrong, but Shiori seems genuinely bothered by our lighthearted exchange.
しおり、気を取り直して。
とにかく全員揃ったし、電車乗ろうぜ。
In response to Riku's words, the three of us head inside the station. It's trip time! Let's see how this goes. Kamakura Shopping Arcade, 12:31. When I think of Kamakura, one thing comes to mind, the Great Buddha. I learned about it in school, and the image really stuck with me, which is why the first thing we check out upon arriving is the Kotoku-in temple that houses the Great Buddha of Kamakura. After that, we stop by a famous Shinto shrine, and then head to the local shopping arcade while trying to placate an increasingly hungry Shiori.
でっかかったな、大仏。
大きかった。
大きかったですね。小さい時に見たから大きく感じたのかと思っていましたけれど、今見てもやっぱり大きかったです。
Our collective impression of the Buddha seems to be that it's really big. I'm no expert in history or Buddhism, but I'm certainly impressed by its size.
まあ、見るもん見たし、腹ごしらえだな。
The shopping arcade is where we now... The shopping arcade where we are now is a local tourist destination. Shiori came here with her father and brother when she was much younger. She has a look of nostalgia on her face everywhere we go, but it's not the same kind of wistful pain that I saw in her before. I can tell her mental state has already changed from how it once was, though we still have yet to visit the specific place we came all the way out here to see.
ここは記憶と違うお店がたくさんありますね。
Hair make an dental kimono. Ah! Cafe Omachi. Komachi Street. Cafe. I'm trying to like read the signs. Okay. I don't think I've ever been to Kamakura before, so I have no idea what might be different. Still, the city shops must have changed more than the Great Buddha, temples, and shrines, which have only gotten older. Glancing around, I see a lot of stores with bright new signboards.
見てください。おせんべい屋さんがたくさんあります。
Ooh.
そうだな。小麦で作った洋風せんべいなんてのもある。あれほとんどドーナツだよな。食べてみようぜ。
I mean, Western crackers aren't that fancy. They are crackers. Rice crackers are so much more delicious.
ドーナツかな、どうだろう。でもいいんじゃない？
Hanging out with Shiori and Niku naturally leads to a lot of snacking and strolling. I can't compete with their voracious appetites, so I find myself walking behind them as they munch on their treats. That's me. Oh my god.
立花さん見てください。お肉のお寿司ですって。
After devouring crackers from 3 different stalls in the blink of an eye, Shiori stumbles on a completely different type of snack. It's sushi made with whatchamacallit beef, a specific brand of Kanagawa raised wagyu. Ooh.
へえ、しおり好きそう。
それ、カオルは興味ねえってことなんじゃねえか。
だってほら、炙っただけで火通ってないじゃん。
意外と気にすんだな、そういうとこ。
She really wants it. Shiori is looking up at me, her eyes glimmering with unshed tears. It seems like my negative opinion of the sushi is bothering her.
しおりが食べたいなら食べてみなよ。私のことは気にしないで。はい、
じゃあいただいちゃいます。ね、リクも。おう。
On hearing my answer, Shiori immediately gets into line along with Riku. I can tell by the spring in her step that she's enjoying herself, and I can't help but think how cute she is as I watch her. Every time I find another adorable side to her, it only reminds me of my conflicted feelings. But my vague anxiety is scattered before it can take form by the sound of Shiori's cheerful voice.
立花さん、お待たせしました。お肉のお寿司、すっごく美味しいです。
Oh, she's so cute. God.
霜降り和牛っての？すげえ甘いのに肉肉って感じでさ、酢飯のおかげで脂っこくも感じないし。そうなんです。お肉、お寿司って味で美味しいんですよ。食べないのはもったいないです。
でも
そうおっしゃると思って。はい、どうぞ。これは低温調理でしっかり火は通っているそうですよ。
It seems like you can't get the meat sushi to go, which is why we're standing in the shop's smallish eat-in area. The piece of sushi Shiori offers me still has a bit of pink in the center, but at least there's no part of it that looks raw. I'm still a little hesitant, but she went out of the way to get this for me, and I'm actually kind of intrigued when I see how much it seems to make her smile.
そっか、ありがとう。いただきます。おいしい。
Now I understand why Shiori and Niku had been unable to find a more sophisticated way to describe their reactions. I would never have bought or attempted to make anything like this on my own, so it's only thanks to them that I've tried something new.
立花さん、ご飯粒ついてますよ。
Having Shiori's face suddenly so close to mine causes me to cry out in surprise. I find myself mortified by how fast my heart is beating and how hot my face is. I have no idea what expression is on my face, but it's enough to cause Shiori to freeze. She's staring at me with the grain of rice that she picked off my face still on her finger. She's blushing, and seeing her reaction causes a second wave of horrified embarrassment to wash over me.
はい、ティッシュ。
And Riku's just like, God damn it.
リク、ありがとね。
Riku's exasperated tone of voice snaps us out of our awkward moment before it can lead anywhere. Shiori finishes eating the remaining meat sushi, lets out a sigh of contentment, and changes the subject.
さすがにちょっとお腹が膨れてきましたね。あれだけ食べてちょっとってのがさすがだよな、しおり。私は腹6分目くらいにはなったぞ。
まあリクもリクだね。鎌倉だけど中華街とやってること似てたね。
それを言っちゃおしまいじゃねえか。おせんべいを食べたのでセーフです。
いや、元からアウトとか言ってないけど、あとその理論何？あ、お土産屋さん見てみよっか。
When it comes to steak, I'm part of the well done team. Sorry. I don't eat steak that often, but I don't mind well done. I do think I prefer medium rare, but I don't eat steak often, so I don't really have a good opinion. We're walking along and chatting together when we suddenly pass by a souvenir shop and decide to take a look inside.
あ、ママたちにお土産買ってかねえと。こういうとこで買えばいいかな。
何なんだろうね。定番の鎌倉のお土産って。
レーズンのお菓子がいいってパパが言ってたな。鎌倉のお店でしか買えないとか。ここにはねえかも。
だったら私も同じの買おうかな。リクのお父さんのリクエストならきっと美味しいんだろうし。
Riku mentioned her dad is a university professor, so he's probably an expert in fine foods. Oh right, he is a university professor. I forgot. Or maybe that's just my own biases talking.
地域限定の牛も茶売り切れみたいです。
Aw.
いつの間に牛も茶の人気って未知数なんだよな。
Evidently, Shiori has been searching for a Kamakura exclusive mocha keychain since we entered the store. That cow has set up collaborations with various brands and locations all over the country, and yet it holds the dubious honor of still not quite being a household name. While looking around the store, Riku seems to have found something.
あ、カオル、木刀あるぞ、木刀。いらねえのか？
Oh.
私のことなんだと思ってるの？
いやだってさ、カオルってそういうの買いそうじゃん。
Kaoru buying a wooden sword, but why? Although, if I were traveling and I saw a wooden sword, I would be very tempted to buy it. I love swords. She answers without a hint of sarcasm in her voice.
リクの言いたいことちょっとわかります。
It fits her vibe or something, I guess. Meanwhile, Shiori's tone is nowhere near as innocent. We stop by several more souvenir shops, chatting like this all the while. This trip with the three of us is already so much fun. It's easy to forget the real reason why we're here, Shiori's memory tour. Likewise, I'd forgotten for a moment that we all have our own emotional burdens to bear. Me looking at my consort collection. Me looking at the katana on my shelf. I do own a katana. Also, I didn't see the location name. Ah, shit. Whatever. It's fine. We're at a park, it seems. A bamboo park. The three of us enjoy some matcha tea in quiet. Austere temple. We've been walking around and enjoying some snacks only a moment ago in the bustling shopping arcade in the center of town, but the vibe here is the exact opposite, giving us a chance to relax and unwind. It's Satsuki's from Kill Kill. Ooh, Satsuki's sword. Hey, that's nice. I just have a normal katana. Mine's just something it's just a basic ass katana. It's not special or anything. But it does have a very nice sheath. The rustling bamboo leaves and the soothing shadows that dapple the ground combine to create a breathtaking atmosphere. Even now, on our way back, I can still feel the majesty of the temple in the forest of bamboo around us.
すごくリラックスできました。
Yeah, this seems very nice.
そうだね。公園とも全然雰囲気違って来てよかったね。
私だけだったら自分から選ばない場所だし、教えてくれたしおりに感謝だな。だって私も昔に来たことがあったってだけだから。小さい頃にね、朝早く来て座禅の体験をしたことがあったの。
To meditate. I don't sense any bitterness in her voice as she recounts her past experience. But based on our prior conversations, I know that this isn't the place connected to the specific memories she came to Kamakura to face. Still, it's clear that this place has a lot of important memories attached to it.
座禅かよ。楽しかったのか？お父さんの提案で来たんですけど、私は小さかったですし、楽しいとは思いませんでした。ですが、新鮮な経験で印象的ではありました。
Ah.
足しびれそう。
はい、それもよく覚えています。昔はちょっと意地っ張りだったので、しびれたまま歩こうとして派手に転んで一回転してしまいました。
今も意地っ張りなところ変わってない気もするけど。
もうそんなことないですよ。危ない。
Shiori loses her balance, but I manage to catch her before she hits the ground. It looks like she tripped over a loose stone when she turned around to yell at me.
ありがとうございます。
大丈夫。
All I did was catch her before she fell down. My hands are supporting her shoulders. My chest and hips are pressed up against her back. It's only natural that we'd end up in close contact in this situation. So why is it that I suddenly find myself speechless? This is basically the same as something that happened once when we were at the pool for gym class, but my feelings are entirely different. Oh. Oh my. Riku's face in the background. Oh god. When Shiori tripped by the side of the pool, I caught her and broke her fall, but I can't feel as calm and collected around her as I did back then. The reason why is obvious. I love her. That one simple fact can change so much.
重いな。
重くはないです。
She steps away, crying out somewhat indignantly. Looking back at what I said, I guess it's not surprising Shiori would react the way she did.
そういう意味じゃないんだけどね。しおりは太ってない。むしろ細いと思うよ。お尻はちょっと大きいかもだけど。
She got get. With each additional comment from me, Shiori's cheeks puff out even more and more.
リクから見ても、私そんなに体型変わったりしてないよね。
Riku is punching the air right now.
今の二人の反応。
Oh, she's yeah, she's focused on something else.
リク？いや、なんでもない。しおりは全然体型変わってないと思うぜ。後で旅館の温泉行くし、ほら。温泉か。
Ah. That's gonna be an experience. Yeah, Riku knows. I do like that she is perceptive and she can see the situation happening now. But it's still sad though, man. Iriku's such a good person. I feel bad. Our plan for the rest of the day is to just return to our ryokan and relax. I consider asking Shiori if she wants to go to the place we came here to check out, but this is only the first day of our trip, and there will be still time tomorrow. The problem is that as Riku mentioned, our ryokan has its own hot springs, so we can't pass up the chance to try it out for ourselves. We all knew in advance that we were going to be bathing here, and since we're all girls, there shouldn't be any problems, apart from my own feelings, of course.
まあいいや。石畳まだ続くし、気をつけろよ。
She walks off ahead of us. Shiori turns to me and gives a polite nod of thanks.
改めて、転びそうになったところを助けてくれてありがとうございました。
どういたしまして。子供の頃みたいに一回転はしなくてよかったね。も
う With her cheeks once again all puffed out in frustration, Shiori runs after Riku to catch up with her. I continue walking along behind them. Hamakura Ryokan, 4:48 p.m. Ooh, nice room.
すげえいいとこだな。
Very nice room. Very nice view for a room too. Damn. I'd love to stay in a ryokan like this.
いい雰囲気。わって感じ。
はい、そうですね。旅館探しも予約もありがとね、リク。おお、ご飯も美味しいらしいぜ。
A ritzy place like this would ordinarily be out of my budget, but thankfully Riku's dad, who travels a lot for work, was willing to let us use his points. The warm reception we get on arrival makes me feel like some kind of celebrity. After entering our room and getting a chance to put my stuff down, I can finally start to relax.
ご飯は6時からだから、5分前くらいには部屋にいてくれってさ。
In a way, I wouldn't know. This is original art, I'm guessing, so probably not, but I mean, ryokans kind of look the same. Same real, yeah, it might be. 6 p.m.
お部屋に用意してくださるんですか？
また偉い人になれるんだ。
また？何言ってんだ？
Oh right, I never actually said it aloud the first time I thought it. Well, no need to bother explaining all that to her. Shiori continues talking, the vibe between the three of us returning to normal.
ご飯までのんびりかな。それもいいんだけど、この旅館って温泉も名物らしいし、入っときてえよな。
じゃあ今行くのがちょうどいいよね。
sorry, Riku.
そうなんだけどさ。どうしよっか。
For Riku. I understand exactly why she's hesitant. Because I feel the same way. Am I gonna have to put a censor bar up? Hold on, let me just make sure. Oh, nope, that's not the right thing. Just in case. Hold on, I need to make it bigger. There we go. Just in case. I have it ready. But making a big deal out of it will only make things weirder, and it'll be no fun if we all go at separate times.
温泉入ってみたいです。 私温泉には入ったことがなかったので。なら早く行こうぜ。
Don't look up the incident from one time long ago. I mean, what? Shiori ends up deciding for us. If she wants to go, then that's what we're doing. Shiori's mom apparently died when Shiori was very young. Since most hot springs are separated by gender, she would have had to navigate her side all by herself, so her father probably just avoided hot spring vacations entirely.
準備する。
Despite my embarrassment over this entire situation, I really do want to try the hot springs. We take our post-bath underwear and yukata with us as we head to the public bathing area. Censor, can we call it Snowball? It's Poco. My little mascot is called Poco. P-O-K-O. Yes, he's my my little buddy, my little cat guy. I'm just gonna pop that up right now, just in case. Riku ends up being right about the place being empty around now, and we have the entire bathhouse to ourselves. Considering the Ryokan is completely booked due to the long weekend, it seems like we picked the perfect time to come down here. I'm the first one to finish rinsing myself off before getting into the hot bath. I figured Riku would be next, but Shiori appears instead. But if Riku isn't here yet, that means...
Riku, 入らないの?
Oh, you know what? This is fine. I can show this. I think I can show this. It's fine enough. We're gonna just... Fuck it, we ball. Ayo.
入るけどさ。心の準備ができてね。
All for Riku.
寒くない?
夏だから寒くはねえけど。って開いた時まではカオルもちょっと恥ずかしがってたじゃねえかよ。
If anything, I might just have to age restrict the stream, but I don't think I'll need to do that.
脱衣所入ったらやっぱお風呂はお風呂だなって気にならなくなった。
なんなんだよそれ。
Clearly still flustered, she glances over at us from time to time, as if judging the right moment to enter the bath. And then Shiori, being herself, says...
温泉ってタオルを巻いたまま入ったらダメなんですか？
うん、そうみたい。汚れちゃうからかな。
パンフレットで見た写真ではモデルさんはタオルを巻いたまま入っていましたのに。
そういうのさ、撮影だからとか書いてなかったっけ？
わかりません。
She's already soaking in the hot water, but her cheeks still manage to flush even further with embarrassment. I guess Shiori is not used to bathing with other people. Since she used to be on a school sports team, I figured she'd at least take showers with her teammates after practice and bathe together on training camps. To be fair, it's not like I'm that used to it either, and Riku, who should be the biggest communal bathing veteran of us all, is still cowering on the sidelines.
ここのお湯肌にいいらしいよ。なんか肌がコーティングされてる感じする。コラーゲン？
いや、コラーゲンは食べ物から取るもんじゃねえのかよ。鶏肉とかエビとかさ。ちなみに温泉の美肌成分は炭酸ガスや硫黄のはずですよ。
I did go to an onsen resort when I went to Japan. It was very nice. And I will say, the hot springs are fantastic. It's so nice. It is definitely an experience to go into a public bathhouse, but once you just like get past that part, you can enjoy it very well.
あ、炭酸って聞くとシュワシュワしてる感じがする。
ここのお湯は硫黄が主成分だそうですよ。
ああ。
家でもさ、コーラとかサイダーをお風呂に入れたらお肌にいいのかな？
Oh my god.
入浴剤入れろよ。お砂糖がたくさん入っているので、せめて普通の炭酸水がいいと思います。そういう問題かよ。
ま、それはさておき。整った。
ちげえだろ。私整ったことねえから多分だけど。サウナと水風呂と外気浴を繰り返して自律神経を働かせて心地よくなる現象だったはずです。
Huh.
詳しいな。
Riku's response to our antics is even more intense than usual. Meanwhile, this conversation has finally helped me
お
relax.
風呂で足伸ばせるっていいよね。すっごい楽。
はい、気持ちいいです。リクも入ってみた方がいいよ。温泉入りてえよ。私だってさ。
You can do it, I believe. Riku whines helplessly. Shiori probably thinks Riku is so reluctant to get in for the same reason she herself was nervous at first, simple shyness. And while that's certainly a factor, Shiori seems completely oblivious to Riku's feelings for her.
あったかい。
Meanwhile, my brain has fully switched into Hot Springs enjoyment mode. Thinking about it, I take enough care of my body that I don't really care if people look at it. Plus, I can solve the problem of feeling embarrassed at seeing Shiori's body by simply not looking at it.
じゃあ私たち目をつぶってるからその間に入ってきちゃえば。
そういう問題かな。でも、いいチャンスじゃない？
わかった。
Per Shiori's suggestion, I close my eyes.
目つぶったよ。おう、じゃあ行くな。どうしたの？小指ぶつけた。
Oh, poor Riku.
リク、目つぶってたから足元が見えなかったんでしょう。
なんでリクも目をつぶっちゃうの？それは。
Poor Riku.
あったかーい。
We end up going through the same song and dance several times. Eventually, Riku ends up floating peacefully in the tub with us, having finally found her own hot springs enjoyment mode switch. Once we've all soaked all our worries away, we get out before the heat can make us too dizzy. That's my girl failure. Girl failure moments perfect. 2:47 p.m.
さっぱりした。
Ah, and we got the look on attire. Very, very nice.
さっぱりしました。
Oh, I like the little braid she got going there. Even now that I'm out of the water, my skin feels like it's been freshly moisturized. On the other hand, our throats are completely parched, so the three of us go to get something to drink.
そういえばお風呂上がりといえばコーヒー牛乳じゃないんですか？コーヒー牛乳以外は邪道の極みって聞いたことがあります。
それは過激派だね。私は牛乳が好き。
私は妙に炭酸飲みたくなるんだよな。本当はメロンソーダがいいんだけど、売ってねえからコーラにした。
大人だったらビールなのかな。
それもよく聞くよな。どんな感じなんだろう。旅行中だからってお酒飲んじゃ絶対ダメですからね。わかってるよ。
ビールって苦いみたいだし、牛乳の方が美味しい気がするけどね。飲んでみたらわかるのかな。
だからダメですからね。
My mind turns to how much Sensei seemed to enjoy her post-bath beers. Though to be fair, she always seemed to enjoy beer regardless of when she drank it, so she's not a very reliable source of data for these purposes.
ご飯まであと10分切ったね。ぴったりの時間に来るかはわかんねえぞ。 そうなの？でも楽しみだね。お風呂上がったらお腹空いちゃっただな。食べ歩きした分全部消えた気するし。
でも私もかも。お腹すいた。
Hungry time. Dinner is brought up to our room exactly on time. After enjoying an extravagant meal, we spent some time relaxing in our room. I thought the bath had rejuvenated me, but I end up feeling so exhausted that I go to bed fairly early in the evening. I end up falling asleep before I have the chance to confirm our plans for the next day. Oh, 11:45 p.m.
カオルは寝てるよな。カオルのことだから寝たふりってわけでもなさそうだ。さすがに。
Oh, Riku.
しおり、起きてる？起きてる。実はさ、話があるんだ。一緒に来てもらってもいいか？いいよ。7月って言っても夜風が結構寒いからさ、気をつけてな。
Oh. Oh boy.
今度は転ばないように気をつけろよ。
Bamboo Forest, 11:52 p.m.
もうすぐ0時になるから真っ暗かと思
Oh
ったけど、
boy.
ライトはついたままなんだね。そうだな。だからここに来れたっていうかさ。静かだな。静かだね。話だよね。どうしたの？
Is she gonna do it?
ああ、順番に行くな。しおりはさ、私と初めて会った時のこと覚えてるか？
If I had a nickel for a thing I've seen where an emotional thing happens in a bamboo forest thing at night with this lighting like this, I would have 2 nickels. I think I'd only have the 1 nickel, but...
初めて会った時、1年生の時はクラスが違ったから、話したのはソフトボール部の見学に行った時だったよね。覚えてる。その時には意外に思ったと思うんだけど、私小学校の時から運動神経なくて。いや、あん時からしおりは運動神経なさそうだったぞ。そうかな。それで見学なんだけど、体験でバットを振らせてもらえたんだよね。何度も空振りして嫌になって、でも上級生からの入部しろって圧がすごくって、帰りたいって言えなくて。
Oh, wow.
ソフトボールは未経験の人が多かったし、上級生もやる気ある子に夢中だったから、誰にも気づいてもらえなくって。でもその時に手を差し伸べてくれたのがリクだった。私の手を取って上級生に帰るって宣言してくれて、頼もしくってすごいなって思ったのも覚えてる。あん時は今と違って人見知りだったもんな、しおり。でも私もよく覚えてることがあってさ、怪我は痛くて知らない人とか年上ばっかで怖くて孤独なはずなのに、しおりって平然とした顔してたんだよな。だからみんなしおりは大丈夫だって思ってたのかもしんねえけど、私はしおりが助けを求めてるって気づけた。私からすればすごいのはしおりだったよ。私だったら間違いなく泣いてたからさ。それをなんつうんだろう、隠しきってたんだからな。私が守ってやりたいって思ったのと同時に、そこにある強さみたいなものが気になって、しおりから目が離せなくなった。そうだったっけ？恥ずかしいな。自分のことはあんまり覚えてないよ。 でもその時のリクのことははっきり覚えてる。ならよかった。うん、よかったよ。でもリクとの初対面ってソフトボール部の見学の時じゃなかったよね。もっと前、最後に受けてた私立中学の合格発表、もう後がないって状況。うちにお金の余裕はなかったから滑り止めを受けてなくって、でも志望校にはどこも受からなくて、お父さんも今よりもっと厳しくって、中学受験で失敗するなんて人間として先がないって言われ続けてきたから。
Jeez.
私もそう思い込んでて、合格発表に行ったら私の番号はなかった。これで最後だったからネットじゃなくて現地に行ったのがかえって辛くって、人生これで終わりなんだって絶望してた。泣きたいくらい悲しいのに涙が出てこなかった。その時、人の目なんて気にしないでワンワン泣いてた子を見たの。それがリクだった。ワンワンっていうかギャーギャーって感じだったかも。いいだろそれは。だから一方的だけど、私の記憶にある限りだとそれがリクとの初対面。そういえば話したことなかったよね。うん、私も恥ずかしくって話題に出したことはなかったよ。でもその時にいたしおりのこと覚えてる。リクも覚えてたの？しおりみてえな子がいたら覚えてるよ。それでそん時私にどう思ってたんだ？正直ないなーって思ったし、泣けるなんて余裕があるなーって思った。だって泣いたら助けてくれる人がいるから泣くんだって思ってたから。実際リクと一緒に来てたお母さんが慰めてたしね。でもなんでかわかんないんだけど、リクが泣いてるのを見て私救われた気がした。本当に勝手なことなんだけど、あんまり大騒ぎだったからリクが私の分まで泣いてくれてる気がして。実はね、あの時死んじゃおうと思ってたの。でもリクが代わりに泣いてくれたからかな。それですっきりして、もうちょっとだけ死なないでいようって思えたんだ。
Shiori.
まだリクと話したこともないし、名前も知らないのに変だよね。でも本当のこと、きっかけの一つだったな。私であることを捨ててお兄ちゃんみたいになろうって決めたきっかけ。そうすれば頑張れる、生きていけるかもって。中学受験の失敗なんて大したことないっていう人もいると思うけど、私にとってはそれが全てだったから。しおりの必死な姿を見てきた私からしたら、大したことないなんて絶対言えない。嬉しいな。でもどうして初めて会った時の話をしたの？中学入る前に、てか合格発表の日に会ってるってしおりは覚えてないと思ったから言っておきたかったんだ。でもまさか覚えてるだけじゃなくてそんな風に思っててくれたなんて知らなかった。まああの後帰ってからあんな人前で泣いたのが恥ずかしくってまた泣いちゃったんだけどな。リクらしいね。話って今のこと？違う。ここまでのは全部前置き。話ってのはここからが本題なんだ。
Aw, it's so pretty. My heart hurts.
多分一回しか言えないからちゃんと聞いててほしい。
どうしたのリク？
しおり、頼む。聞いてほしいんだ。私、しおりのことが好きだ。先に言っとく。友達としてじゃない。女同士だとかそういうのは私には関係ない。だから私の恋人になってほしい。
そっか、そうだったんだね。リクは私を。いつからなの？
中1の時からずっとだよ。それに出会った時はまだ恋じゃなかったかもしれないけど、合格発表のあの日からしおりのことは気になってた。
でも私、好きとか恋とかそういうことよくわからなくって、だからどう答えていいかわからない。
嘘つくなよな。
そうだね。わからないんじゃなくて拒絶したいものなんだ、私にとって。お兄ちゃんが死んじゃった時からずっと恋心は人を嘘つきにするから嫌なものなんだよ。リクも知ってるでしょ？
知ってる。でもそれも嘘だろ。
どういうこと？
嘘になったって言った方がいいかな。もう気づいちゃったんだろ。
リクが何を言ってるのかわからないよ。それに旅行の途中だよ。だからなかったことに。
できないよ。旅行の途中だから。逃げられないから今夜言うことにしたんだ。
でも私本当にどうしていいかわからない。
じゃあさ、正直に教えてほしい。しおりは私に告白されて嫌な気がしたか？
しなかったよ。リクに好きだって言われて嫌な気はしなかった。
ほらな、恋ってそんなに嫌なもんじゃない。私にとってはずっと大事なものだったんだ。思い出の地巡りはしおりが前に進むためのものだろ。だったら恋って感情を否定するのも今日で終わりにしたらどうだ？
できるかもしれないね。
だろ？
リクは私にそう思わせるために告白してくれたの。
バカしおり。なわけねえよ。言っただろ、私は覚悟してきたって。
じゃあさっきのは本気？
ああ、そうだよ。当たり前だろ。本気じゃなくちゃ言えねえよ。
ならリクの言う通りにはできないよ。
どうして？
だって私わからない。
だから嘘つくなって。自分の気持ちに嘘をつくのはもうやめにしたらどうだ？
だって本当にわからないんだもん。
言っておくけど私、はっきり言われなきゃ諦めねえぞ。
どうしてそんなこと言うの？
私はしおりに幸せになってほしいんだ。しおりが本気で何か答えを見つけて前に進みたいって言うなら全力で助けたい。
リク。
まあそういう難しいこと全部抜きにして単純に私がしおりを好きって伝えたかったんだよ。今日を逃したらいつになるかわからねえからな。大好きだよ しおり。真面目なとこも一生懸命なとこも意地っ張りで頭固いとこも全部可愛いって思う。好き。紛れもなく私の初恋だ。だから私の恋人に。
ごめん。私立花さんが好き。自分の気持ちなのにわからないことも多い。恋人になりたいのかもわからない。でもね、リクの言う通り、私の立花さんへの思いは恋。これが恋なんだよね。だからリクの恋人にはなれない。
言えるじゃん。知ってたよ、しおりの気持ち。
ごめんね、リク。ごめん。
もう謝んなって。謝られたら私が辛くなっちまう。せめて私の気持ちだけでも抱きしめてほしいんだ。私は大丈夫だからさ。しおりは先に宿を戻っててくれよ。
リク。
でも
頼む。だってさ、しおりの思い出の地巡りにとって大事なのはきっと明日行く場所だろ。だったら早く寝て、ちゃんと自分の気持ちと向き合ってくれよ。そういうのって体力使うだろ。
でもわかった。そうするね。
言ったかな。はあ、振られちゃったな。分かってたけど、分かってたことだけど、やっぱきつい。私本当に好きだったんだよ、しおりのこと。言葉にできた以上にもっともっと。ああ、やっぱり恋って人を嘘つきにするよな。全然大丈夫じゃねえや。でもしょうがないよな。泣いてるとこ見られたら恥ずかしくって、帰ってからまた泣いちゃうからさ。
shit. That was too real. Oh, that was way too real, man. Oh. Oh, my heart hurts. That actually... Oh, that got me a little misty-eyed there. Oh my holy shit. Oh. Oh, that one hurts. Man, thank you for making me sad. I'm sad too. We all knew, but it's like, it still sucks. It's like, I like how they went about that though. Like, very... I like how they didn't beat around the bush, and each character was very perceptive of their emotions, even though it was hard to say at first. But it's like, man, that was a really well done scene. Holy shit. Oh god, now I have to keep reading. I mean, it's 12, I could end now, but I want to continue. It's too good. I'm gonna keep going. The soft sunshine beams down on a summer morning. I wake up to the sound of birds chirping. The chanteuse of that beautiful melody is a Japanese nightingale.
Shiori?
Chat, raise your hand if you've ever been in Riku's position. Oh god. I'm glad they didn't wait all the way to the end of the story to do this, by the way. Yeah. Yeah. I don't... This definitely wasn't a... They build up to it nicely.
おはようございます。
Oh.
おはよう。早いんだね。
The lack of sleepiness in her voice makes me realize she's been up for quite a while. It seems like I ended up passing out pretty early the night before. Even after waking up, I still feel half asleep. Perhaps because we're on vacation.
はい。緑茶を入れましょうか。
ありがとう。お願い。あれ？
I glance around the room and realize almost immediately that something's wrong.
あれ？リクは？
朝一番で帰りました。今日は部活がある日なので、先に帰るつもりだったのを黙っていたそうです。
嘘。じゃあないかもしれないけど、何か隠してるでしょ。
はい。
She nods. I move closer to the low dining table and sip my tea.
何があったの？
昨日の深夜、二人で旅館を抜け出していました。それで、リクは私に告白しました。
Shiori proceeds to tell me what happens. The slight trembling of her hand as it holds her teacup gives away her valiant efforts to mask her emotions behind a facade of nonchalance. Her explanation is brief but very informative.
そっか。
So, Riku confessed her feelings. And then before I woke up, she went back home. That makes it easy enough to figure out what Chiori's response was without her having to come out and say it.
私は何度もリクに救われていました。初めて出会った時もそうです。部活の見学に行った時も、中1の冬に私がお父さんと喧嘩した時も、中2の春に怖い先輩から告白された時も、中3の秋に修学旅行で迷子になった時も、冬の高校受験前で大変だった時も、高校に入ってからも何度も何度もリクはずっと私の親友でいてくれました。なのに私は リクの恋心に応えることはできませんでした。
I wasn't aware of most of the incidents Shiori mentioned. There are probably a lot of other moments Shiori and Riku have shared over the course of their friendship that I'll never know about. Still, it seems like she feels a need to share these memories out loud regardless, as if to confirm her own feelings to herself.
あれ、おかしいな。
Aww. Her eyes reflect the light like sunshine sparkling on morning dew. Before long, those reflections turn into teardrops and spill down her cheeks.
悲しいのは私じゃないはずなのに、振った側が泣くなんてずるいのに、どうして止まらないんですか？
This is the first time I've ever seen her cry. I don't reach out to comfort her, because I know her tears contain fragments of her memories of Riku. My thoughts turn to Riku as I watch Shiori cry by herself. I wonder when Riku made the decision to confess her feelings of love to Shiori. I guess she'd been thinking about it ever since we started planning this trip. Having prepared herself for the high possibility that Shiori would turn her down, there's no doubt she also looked up the earliest train back home in advance. When I think back to her smile the day before, I find myself on the verge of tears. But I refuse to let myself cry. Because if I cry now, it'll just be out of a sense of narcissistic self-pity.
リクはすごいな。そして私は最低だ。
I mutter to myself quietly enough so that Shiori can't hear. Riku chose to leave in order to give us both some alone time, so I could figure out for myself who I loved more, Sensei or Shiori. That much is clear enough. I know that, and yet... Seven of 5 a.m.
私、自分はもう泣けないって思ってました。
She murmurs out loud after some time passes. There's so much weight in those words.
お母さんが病気で亡くなった時とお兄ちゃんがいなくなった時にたくさん泣いて、それで涙は枯れちゃったと思っていました。それから私は辛い時も悲しい時も泣けなかったんです。泣いても何も解決しないって、いなくなった人は戻ってこないって心の底から理解していましたから。
Even when her father was abusing her, she didn't cry. She didn't tell me in so many words, but it's implied in what she said.
でもさっきは今の私では理屈の説明できない涙が出てきました。
うん。私には偉そうなことは何も言えないけどね。紛れもなくしおりの涙だったと思う。しおりの心から出た涙だったと思う。
私もそう思います。今のは私自身の心から出た涙でした。
変わったんだね、しおり。
はい。はっきりと自覚できるくらいに変わったと思います。
ならもう大丈夫？今日は戻る？
Come to think of it, Shiori hasn't mentioned anything about today's plans. There were a couple of moments yesterday when we were having fun when Shiori would get distance, as if reminiscing about her past. Maybe she was able to achieve the goal she'd set out for herself without me even realizing.
いいえ、まだ帰れません。
Yeah, right. Even I knew that wasn't possible. I'm not the least bit surprised by Shiori's response.
だよね。きっと迷ってたんだ、行くの。
はい。リクにも話せていなくって、どうすべきか考えていました。楽しい旅行にして、新しい思い出だけを得るのもいいと思ったんです。今日この瞬間まで、それでもいいって思っていました。
でもダメだと思ったんだね。
はい。過去を過去にするために必要なことをまだ済ませていませんでしたから。私は前に進みます。もうこれまでのようにはいられない。痛くない。一人で行くのは怖いから、橘さんはついてきてくれますか？
うん、もちろん。
She didn't say she can't go or won't go, but she admitted her fear. Hearing her true feelings for the first time makes me feel like she needs me. I know all too well the fear of facing oneself, so I completely understand why she's afraid.
じゃあ早速準備を。
ですがその前に。
ん？
朝ごはん食べましょう。
そうしよう。しおりらしくて安心した。
含みがある気がするんですけど。
We change into our yukata and head over to where breakfast is being served. At that moment, I realized we were only given 2 breakfast tickets when we checked in. Riku was the one who made the reservations for the ryokan. I can be kind of slow at times, but even I understand what that means. This time alone together with Shiori now feels even more significant. Man, Riku... Temple, 11:38 a.m. Shiori takes me to a shrine that's about an hour away by bus and train, including the time we spent walking to and from stops. When I hear our destination is a shrine, I come up with several guesses as to what it might be, one of which ends up being correct.
兄のお墓です。
I can hear her trying to hold back her emotions. I feel like the old Shiori would have said those words in a robotic monotone. It's a typical hot, humid day in the middle of summer, but the quiet breeze blowing through the grounds helps keep things comfortable. Perhaps because we're so far away from where tourists normally go, all I can hear besides the sound of Shiori's voice is the buzzing of cicadas from wherever they may be lurking, and the occasional car driving by in the distance. There's no sign that anyone but us has been here recently, and yet the gravestones are immaculately clean. It's obvious that someone other than Shiori stops by here regularly to maintain the graveyard.
そっか。
The two of us hold hands. I don't know anything about Shiori's brother, but it's clear that he was a very important part of her life. I give silent thanks from deep inside my heart for everything he did for her. Next, Shiori carefully wipes down the already clean gravestone, and then quietly leaves some flowers and incense that she picked up along the way here.
しおりが来たかったのはお兄さんのお墓参りだったんだね。
はい。ちゃんとお墓参りをできていなかったんです。お葬式があって、親戚も来る法事があって、その時以外はずっと来ていませんでした。法事で来た時も、私はずっと逃げるように接してきましたから。けれど、それだけではないんです。
それは？
With that, she reaches into her bag and takes out a case containing several envelopes. I can somehow feel a kind of heavy aura around them.
お兄ちゃんが好きだった同級生から送られた手紙です。
海での事故の時一命を取り留めたはい。
私に向けて送られた手紙です。今までずっと封を切れずにいたので、何が書いてあるのかは分かりません。
うん。それがしおりにとっての自分と向き合うことの一つなんだね。
はい、そうなんです。ずっと怖くて見ることができませんでした。
怖い？
あの夜、お兄ちゃんがどのような思いで何のために家を抜け出したのか、死の直前何を言ったのか、 知ることが怖いんです、
うん、
けれどももうお兄ちゃんのようになろうとすることは終わりにすると決めました。そもそも無理があったんです。私がなろうとしたお兄ちゃんは私の想像で作ったお兄ちゃんですから。だから自分ともお兄ちゃんとも現実とも向き合わなければいけないと思ったんです。
うん、わかった。私のことは気にしないで。ずっと隣で待ってるから。
ありがとうございます。
She picks out one of the envelopes. Each envelope has a sticky note on it showing the date of when it was sent. And the first one Shiori opens is the oldest. She reads the letter slowly and thoroughly. We spend a peaceful moment together as I watch the sun cast shadows through the leaves above us.
これが最後です。
She says after reading the last and most recent of the letters. She pinches the envelopes between her slender fingers. Shadows are stretching out in the opposite direction from where they were when we first arrived. We must have been here about 2 hours by now.
偉かったね。逃げずに読めた。
はい、正直に言うと何度かやめてしまいたくなりました。けれど橘さんが隣にいてくれたから最後まで読むことができました。
そんなことない。しおりが自分で決めたからだよ。
She smiles softly at me in response. The silence between us deepens until after a few moments I break it.
お兄さんのことは分かった？
わからないことが増えちゃいました。手紙に書かれていたお兄ちゃんは半分くらい私の知らないお兄ちゃんでした。私が知っているよりも頼もしくってかっこよくって時々脆い。それが手紙の中にいたお兄ちゃんの好きな人が見ていたお兄ちゃんでした。
She sounds somewhat sad, but also somewhat happy as well. She goes on to say that none of the letters contain the truth behind her brother's death. None of the facts have changed from what we already know. Her brother and his girlfriend went out to the ocean in the middle of the night, and something happened that led to one of them dying and the other surviving.
あの時のお兄ちゃんより私の方が3つも年上になっちゃってますから、なんだか微笑ましいこともたくさんありました。
高校生から見る中学生って当時と結構印象違うしね。
はい、私もそう思いました。
Shiori falls silent, the wind ruffling her hair. She occasionally lets her gaze fall onto the gravestone, and sometimes she closes her eyes completely. I remain silent, waiting for Shiori to speak first.
手紙を読んでいるうちに思ったことがあるんです。お兄ちゃんの考えを知ることなんてもうできない。だってお兄ちゃんはもうこの世にいませんから。だからこそ私が何を信じるかを決めるしかないんです。それはこれまでと何も変わりませんけれど、手紙に書かれていたお兄ちゃんの姿と変わらないお兄ちゃんの姿がありました。それはどこまでも優しい私のお兄ちゃんだから、今日からは優しいお兄ちゃんを信じることにします。私を置いていったんじゃなくて、好きな人を助けようとした優しいお兄ちゃんのことを、これまで私自身がお兄ちゃんを呪縛に変えていました。でもそれは私の好きなお兄ちゃんのすることじゃないし、私がお兄ちゃんにしたいことじゃありませんから。そう決めました。
I'm reminded of something Shiori once told me. That he had left her behind. That he'd made a suicide pact with the love of his life in order to escape from his painful reality. We don't know whether his death was truly a result of a suicide attempt or an accident, and since he's dead, we'll never find out. I have no idea if the letters contain information on the incident from his girlfriend's perspective, and I have no desire to pry into the matter. That's why.
うん。しおりが決めたなら、それが一番大事なことだと思う。
行きましょうか。
もういいの？
はい。もう十分です。
うん。わかった。
After gathering up our stuff, we get ready to walk over to the nearest bus stop. As I start walking off, I hear Shiori murmur something with sadness in her voice, but I don't stop.
さよなら、お兄ちゃん。
As a breeze blows past, rustling the leaves on the ground, I hear Shiori's footsteps approaching me from behind. Stolf. Water Park Front, 7:13 p.m. After leaving the shrine where we paid our respects to Shiori's brother, we take a 2.5-hour trip back to Yokohama. Since we both forgot to eat until now, we have a late lunch together. After that, we just start walking. Neither of us says it aloud, but it's clear that we're not ready to head home yet. As we chat about nothing in particular, we find ourselves naturally being drawn toward one particular spot.
思ったより涼しいね。
はい、そうですね。海風がありますから、夜になると肌寒いです。
We find ourselves at the waterfront park. It's the same place where we met for the first time.
思い出の地巡りの始まりの場所だね。
はい、そうですね。ここで橘さんの失恋する姿を見て、私が声をかけて、そこから始まりました。
びっくりしたし、わけわかんなかったけどね、最初。
お兄ちゃんを忘れさせてください。お兄ちゃんのことを忘れることはできませんでしたけれど、もう一度お別れをすることができました。今思うと橘さんはあの時の説明でよく一緒に行くのを決めてくれたなって思います。
本当だよね。私も変なテンションだったからかも。
私もってことは私もってことなんでしょうか。
さあどうだろうね。でもどっちにしてもさ、今ならしおりがどうしてお兄さんを忘れようとしたのかも、思い出の地を巡ろうとしたのかもよくわかる。
ありがとうございます。振り返っても誰かから見た時に大きく変わったことはないって思います。髪が短くなったり身長が伸びたりしているわけではありませんし。
I find myself chuckling in amusement that Shiori's examples are all appearance-based. But I understand what she's trying to say.
でも表情とかは変わったかもよ。
本当ですか？
うん。多分。
そこは自信を持って言ってください。
Aww. She sounds a little put off, but then she smiles again. I take a small breath in before asking about the thing that's been on my mind.
どう？進路調査票は書けそう？
わかりません。わかりませんけれど、書きます。書いてみせます。
I can tell she means it. And then, maintaining the same level of confidence in her voice, she continues.
お兄ちゃんのようでもない。求められる私でも、理想の私でもない。ありのままの私の気持ちと向き合います。
うん。きっと大丈夫。もし困ったらいつでも呼んで。
ありがとうございます。お言葉に甘えさせてください。
私先に書き上げた先輩だから。
もうまたそういう言い方して。
Shiori jokingly puffs out her cheeks. She soon cracks a smile and continues speaking.
実はあの日、 お兄ちゃんの9回目の命日にも手紙が来ていたんです。そのことをきっかけにこれまでの手紙も全部捨ててしまおうと思ったんです。お兄ちゃんを忘れるために、お兄ちゃんがいなくなった海とつながっている海へ全て投げ出してしまおうと思ったんです。でも橘さんと話していたらそれどころじゃなくなっちゃいました。失恋しているのにキラキラしていた橘さんを見て、今はしなくてよかったって思います。
うん、そうかもね。だって
Shiori interrupts me with a smile before I can finish my thought. No matter how hard you might try to forget, you'll never be able to. It's basically a way of lying to yourself. Since meeting Shiori, I've come to understand that if I don't remember the past, face it head on, and leave it behind, I'll never be able to move on from it. A cool, gentle ocean breeze blows past us as Shiori continues talking.
だからあの場所が私にとっての思い出の地巡りの第一歩だったんです。
うん、違う。私にとっても必要なことだった。だから私たちにとっての第一歩だよ。
橘さん、ありがとうございます。
Shiori lowers her gaze for a moment. She looks like she wants to say something, and I feel my heart beginning to beat faster as I wait.
橘さん、
With her gaze still lowered, she slowly opens her mouth to speak. My heart is beating faster than it has all day. The way she's acting is bizarre. No, that's putting it too strongly. But still, this isn't like her. My thoughts begin whirling at a frantic pace as I wait for Shiori to continue. I want to give her time to collect herself, but I can't wait. This is one of those moments when it's easy to sense the energy in the air. Not in a literal physical sense, but in an emotional one. I'm pretty sure I can guess what she wants to say. The mood coming from her is obvious. Suddenly, Shiori's phone vibrates loudly. Clearly frazzled, she takes it out and looks at the screen. I catch a brief glimpse of the word dad on it. Oh no.
お父さんがもう少しで出張から帰ってくるみたいです。すみません、私急がないと。
わかった。じゃあ駅まで急ごう。はい。
Oh no. I hope she gets home in time, though. In the end, she doesn't get a chance to finish saying whatever was on her mind. The two of us race in the direction of the station. To be honest, I'm kind of relieved. Maybe it's just wishful thinking on my part, but if I'm right about what she was about to say to me, I know I'm still not ready to give her an answer. I suppose in this case, it's an okay interruption since Kaoru isn't ready.
ただいま。
Man, happy music after all that emotional tension.
あ、かおちゃんおかえり。
おかえり。どうだった？
うん、楽しかった。これお土産。
An okay interruption, assuming she made it back in time. Yeah. Ugh. Please.
ありがとう。レーズンのお菓子、これ好きなの。
信頼できる筋からの紹介。
そうなんだ。わーい。
カオルの言い方が気になるが。よし、酒の魚に土産話も聞かせてくれ。
普通に無理。疲れたからもう寝る。
When I arrived home, Mom was reading a magazine and Dad was enjoying his evening drink. It's a little late at night, but since I called ahead and told them when I was expecting to get back, they weren't especially concerned. I can't deal with being around drunk people, and I really am tired. So I decided to head straight to my room after finishing a cup of green tea. 10:41 p.m. I dump my stuff in my room and then immediately hop into the bath. After getting out and drying my hair, I realize my heart, which had been pounding relentlessly since the incident with Shiori at the park, has finally calmed down. Just what had Shiori been about to say? I have one good guess, and leaving my inflated ego and excessive self-consciousness aside, there's a pretty good chance that I'm right. Thinking about it, I can come up with a bunch of reasons why things have turned out this way, but the clearest answer comes from my intuition. The fact is, I got things the wrong way around. The wrong way round. Yeah.
しおりはちゃんと答えを出したんだ。進路調査票はまだかけてないかもしれないけど、もっと大きな。
She knows how to move forward in her life. She made the decision that instead of trying to become her brother, she would keep the memory of her brother the way he really was in her heart. And instead of trying to forget him, she would say goodbye to him one more time. So it's only a matter of time now until she gets around to filling out her post-graduation survey. We only have 2 days left until the deadline, the last day of the school semester, but I'm sure she'll make it in time.
好きだよ。私、しおりのこと。
I'm able to say those words when there's no one around to hear me. My love for Shimotsuki Mire and for Minagi Shiori. Somewhere deep inside, I have a feeling I might finally be able to reach an answer to my dilemma. And yet...
今みたいに迷ってたらしおりに失礼。そうじゃない。後悔する。絶対に。
I still can't decide what to do. I'm trash, scum, filth. And once again, I'm lying here in bed doing nothing. Okay, Kaoru. Cleared chapter 11.
本気出して考えてみた。よし。
Alright. I think that is a good pausing point. We honestly... I think there's 15 chapters in total for this game. We might finish it next stream. Nope. What, you getting into the story? But no, I think I'm going to be ending in here. This feels like a 45 more seconds. This feels like a good stopping point, especially since the next chapter is called Serious Thought. A lot is gonna happen, I feel like. But yes. 45 more seconds turns into hours. Yeah.
嘘から始まる恋の夏。
We made a lot of progress though. I can't. Man. This visual novel's so good. Man, I don't know what I'm gonna do after I finish this thing. I'm gonna have to find another visual novel or another game of some sort. Maybe. We'll see. Still reaching for a poly ending. Oh, if only. If only. But anyways, let me move to the free talk screen and exit. Goodbye, Mocha the Cow. Alrighty. Time to replace it with Final Fantasy XIV. The day I actually continue that will be a miracle. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the nice Yuri time. This is such a good visual novel. It's really good. I'm enjoying it thoroughly. Oh man. But yes, anyways, thank you guys so much for stopping by. I hope you had as much fun as I did. I will be making the waiting rooms for the next 2 weeks of streams tomorrow night. So please look for that. Next stream will be Code Vein as per usual, and I will be continuing our journey back to the cathedral. I can't escape. I can't escape. I'm trapped. But anyways, yes, I will be making all the waiting rooms for the next 2 weeks tomorrow. So, stream schedule will not be confirmed until then. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you had as much fun as I did. And I will see you guys in the next one. Otsushiro! See ya.